I absolutely loved Dream House. For the most part, this is going to be spoiler free because I thoroughly recommend this, and the narrative takes directions I absolutely had not expected, so I don't want to spoil too much. But there is one thing I don't think I like, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And it is a big, big spoiler, so I'll explain what I mean by that at the end. But for now, this is spoiler free. Dreamhouse was released in 2011. It's directed by Jim Sheridan, written by David Loucka, and it stars Daniel Craig and Rachel Weisz. This is about a family who move into their dream house. However, once they've moved in, they learn that murders had taken place in the house beforehand, and obviously that's not something you want to find out about your house once you've just moved into it, that there was this horrific crime committed. And we learn a little bit about this crime, these murders, but then strange things start to happen, and not everything is as it seems. And I will not tell you more than that, because I didn't expect anything that happened in this to go the way it did, and I love that. I love films that take me by surprise. I love it when there are twists that I did not see coming, but which make a lot of sense, and they do, and I think it's very well filmed. I think the pacing is great. The editing is brilliant. It's a very atmospheric film and very intense. It's not, I thought when I started watching it, I thought it was going to be a horror film. It isn't. It's much more of a thriller, but there are some horror elements. For example, at the beginning, this is not spoiling the narrative, but this is a spoiler for a tiny jump scare moment that starts, I think, in one of the earliest scenes. It's not really a spoiler, but basically something whacks against the window at the very beginning, and it made me jump. So we do have a couple of jump scares and shocks and sudden movements and things, but for the most part, it's mostly just atmospheric, mysterious, suspenseful, just absolutely brilliant. And Daniel Craig gave a really brilliant performance. Everybody did, and I kind of got to the end of it and thought, I can't believe it's taken me this long to see it, because it's basically everything I love about this kind of film, apart from one thing, and I will discuss that now. So, thoroughly recommend it if it sounds like your kind of film. If you like thrillers, mysteries, suspenseful, dramatic films that are pretty much not what you expect them to be, watch Dreamhouse, because it's almost perfect. So, I will explain now the one thing that I potentially have a problem with, but if somebody were to say, Amy, you've missed something here, that's absolutely fine. I did actually go back and watch a certain scene in case I did miss something, and I still didn't pick up on it, but feel free to tell me I'm wrong about this if that's the case, because I don't want to say that there's a bad thing about this film, because I truly loved it, but this is something that I'm uncertain about. So huge, giant spoilers from now as I discuss a certain scene that basically reveals everything that happened. So please don't listen to me if you're going to watch the film. So this huge spoiler, basically the part I'm talking about is the fact that the two daughters were also dead. And we learn that Boyce was hired to kill the wife because she'd divorced him and got custody of their daughter. But if that's the case, if you're hiring I'm assuming, a professional hitman to kill your wife so you can take your daughter, this hitman assumed he was in the right home, attempted to, kill the wife, and then the girls were there. Those would presumably, in the hitman's mind, be the girls that Jack was wanting custody of. So if you're killing the wife so the ex-husband can get custody of the daughter, you would do everything you can to make sure that daughter doesn't get killed. So I don't understand how they died. Yes, one could argue they were caught in the crossfire, which is presumably what happened, but again, if you're a professional hitman, the only thing I can think of is Jack didn't explain why he wanted the wife dead. The hitman never knew that he absolutely had to not kill the girls, but Jack obviously had one daughter and didn't really care if they got caught in the crossfire. But I just found it hard to believe that he would hire a professional hitman to get custody of his daughter because his wife had divorced him, and then the girls would die in the crossfire. I feel like a professional hitman would know why Maybe not. I don't know. I've never hired a hitman. But the point is, I just don't understand how the girls managed to die. If if you hire a hitman, his shot's not going to be that bad, is it? Or again, unless he intentionally did it. Maybe he did. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But that's just something I'm not 100% convinced it makes sense. So I don't know, but it did not affect my overall enjoyment of the film. I'm willing to admit that I've missed something if that is the case, and I kind of hope it is the case. But if it's not, and it's just a plot hole where we just don't understand how a professional managed to kill what they thought was the daughter Jack was trying to get custody of, I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. Dream House is otherwise amazing, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it.